Your body is not broken. There is nothing wrong with your body. If you are experiencing a disbalance with your hormones, it simply means that your body is speaking to you. And when we learn to listen with great love and compassion and education, we can come to understand the language of our body and bring her back to a more harmonious state. My name is Maya Luisa, and I'm a feminine embodiment mentor and certified fertility awareness and sexual health educator. And today I'm going to share with you 7 powerful tips that you can implement to bring more balance and harmony to your hormones. The first tip I want to share with you is something that I walk through with my clients, and it is your relationship to stress. In our culture, stress has become super normal, and even so, we wear it as a badge of honor. Oh, I'm so stressed, I'm so busy, I'm so productive, I'm so important, I'm doing many things. And so we begin to normalize having lots of stress in our life. But the truth is that chronic stress in the female body creates havoc. Our body as a woman does not thrive when she's under stress. Again, stress happens, it's part of life, but chronic stress is where we have the issue. Chronic stress creates inflammation among many other things in the body. And so if we just look at our fertility cycle, the fertility cycle in a woman is a conversation. You can think of it as a conversation between your pituitary, your hypothalamus and pituitary gland and your ovaries. And so when we have chronic stress in our body, that conversation between these two axes becomes a bit muffled. It becomes a bit distorted. And so what we want to do is we want to really first examine, what is my relationship to stress? Have I normalized it? And are there ways that I can manage my stress, that I can reduce my stress, that I can release the stress in my life? Oxytocin in a woman's body is what helps her to thrive, what helps you to glow from within, what helps you to push that cortisol out. And so one of the ways that I teach my clients, it's a very simple yet super powerful way to increase oxytocin in the body, which again helps to release the cortisol in the body, is a simple breast massage ritual. So what you're going to do is you're going to habit stack this. So that means that every time that you take a shower, what you're going to do is you're going to take your shower, you're going to have the hot water running over your body, and you're going to gently begin to intuitively massage your breasts. And you're going to do so in a way you can cup them, you can massage them. It is completely intuitive into a way that feels good for you. We're not massaging our breasts to look for something bad. We're not doing that. We're sending incredible love to our body and to our breasts. And so what this does, and make sure that you get all the way like in the armpit area, all the way inside of the breast. And so what this does is that it begins to release oxytocin in the body, because our breasts are actually made to be touched and moved and things like that. So what it does is you're going to then squeeze and really just get things going. And you can do this for a couple minutes every time you take a shower. Along with the warmth of the water, you're going to allow the breasts to be massaged. And what this does is it helps to create oxytocin in the body. You're going to do so in such a way that it makes you're going to feel these nice warm waves. And these warm waves in your body is how you know that the oxytocin is being released. And this is just a beautiful practice. Other ways to manage the stress in our life are things such as meditation, breath work, yoga, dance, working out, And just be careful with certain workouts that you can do if they're really, really intense, can actually increase the cortisol in your body. So you want to really tap into your body and do things that bring you joy and that bring out a good feeling. You want to make sure that joy and pleasure are a part of your routine, that is baked into your routine, because as a woman, you thrive in the embodiment of pleasure. We thrive in the embodiment of love, of connection. So make sure that you're getting that. Do the breast massage and let me know how it goes in the comments. The second tip to balancing your hormones naturally is to get sunlight. There's a reason why indigenous cultures all over the world have given lots of reverence and love to the sun and seen the sun as a part of the divine, because it is. The sun bathes us in beautiful nutrients that are just, our body thrives. And I'm not talking about getting like extreme sun exposure and burning your skin, but I am talking about getting sunlight, because what sunlight does is it empowers and connects deeply to your ovaries, your ovarian power. What it also does is when you expose yourself to sunlight, it creates serotonin in your brain. And then once the sun goes down, that serotonin then turns into melatonin. It's converted into melatonin. And melatonin, as we know, is the most rich in antioxidants. It helps you to sleep. It helps you to create more beauty in your body. It helps to repair cellular damage and makes you more beautiful, gives you more radiance, gives you more restful sleep through circadian rhythm. Another aspect of circadian rhythm to think about is moonlight. Yes, moonlight. So connect to the moonlight. When the moon is full, you can bathe yourself in the moonlight, which is very helpful again for your hormones. Tip number 3. This is a game changer, and it's so simple, yet it's very, very profound. And that is to eat protein in your breakfast. Protein for breakfast is a game changer because it helps you to stabilize your metabolism. How many of us, I know like my family in Cuba, what we eat for breakfast is coffee and bread. And by the time it gets to lunch, your stomach is growling. And I know in many cultures, like one of my friends, she's Italian, and they eat coffee and like a pastry and something very sugary. And so what this does is it will spike your sugar, and then you will get a big drop in the afternoon. You will start to drop very drastically, and then you start to feel very lethargic, and then your stomach starts to growl. I know you know what I'm talking about. So you're going to want to add a protein in your breakfast. This will help you to stabilize your sugar. It sends messages to your body like, hey, we're good, we're okay, I got you for the day, and it switches your energy. So you want to start to actually eat for your metabolic health, and I can do a whole other video on that if you want me to. Let me know in the comments. But eat protein for breakfast. It's a game changer. Tip number 4 is related to tip number 3, in that you want to start to delete your ultra processed food. Processed food is not good for our hormones, good for your health. And so look at the food that you're eating and be like, did this exist 200 years ago? If it did not, it means that it's processed, and you're going to want to start to eliminate it. Start to just little by little bring more, eat more, cook more of your meals at home if you can, and begin to incorporate more whole foods, whole grains, healthy fats into your body, healthy fats into how you eat. Think of it as a self-care practice, that you're really caring for your body, you're caring for your metabolic health, you're caring for your hormones, just by making simple, small, magical shifts Those simple, small, magical shifts compound over time, and by little, you're going to start to see your energy will start to change. You'll really pay attention to the foods that agree with your body, that your body's like, oh yes, give me more. And the foods that make you bloat and makes you tired and makes you gassy, those are the foods that you want to pay attention to and start to eliminate over time. The next tip for balancing your hormones is to eliminate endocrine disruptors. What are endocrine disruptors? These are these small, sneaky toxins that are in our products and in our environment. For example, these cheap scented candles, get rid of them. These scented things, all of these little scented plugins, all of that stuff, get rid of it. It is terrible for your body. It is terrible for your hormones. And what it does is it builds toxicity into your body. It binds to the natural hormones in your body, and it can cause disruption. Try to eat organic foods, especially when it comes to your fruits, your vegetables, your meat, and your dairy. That's very important that you try as best you can. Again, we're doing the best we can with what we have, and just try to eat as much organic as possible, especially when it comes to your meat products and your dairy products and your veggies and your fruits. Start there, do the best you can. You're doing great. You know, we cannot be perfect all the time, but we can try. And again, these small shifts compound over time and will make a great difference. Eliminate these environmental toxins. All of these fragrances, again, sorry to say, your perfumes, a lot of the makeup and different products that we use, really look at them and look at the back and see if there's parabens. The next tip number 6, is movement. Is yes to sweat. I remember many years ago, I used to run this workshop called Sweat, Bloom, and Flourish. And everyone was so upset that I used the word sweat. They're like, sweat, that's gross. We don't want to sweat. We're women. Da-da-da-da-da. But guess what? Some of the most fun you have in life is when you're sweating. I want you to move your body. So much of our life is just the sedentary lifestyle. We're sitting down more, and more of our energy is just pooling into our pelvis, and it's not being moved around. And so you have this beautiful circulation of your blood flow, circulation of your hormones, of vitamins, of nutrients, of energy that needs to move through your body. And so if we just stay very stagnant, and again, it's really cold right now, and so we just stay very closed and very contracted, it is not good for our hormonal health. We want to be able to move. We want things to move. We want the energy to move, but we also want the nutrients to move, and we want our body to be replenishing, but also moving the excess or whatever out of the body. So we want all of these movement pathways, detox pathways of the body to be moving and detoxing naturally, such as going to the bathroom, such as dry brushing your skin, such as rebounding. These are all ways to support our natural detox pathways. You drinking water, staying hydrated. This is how we create movements in our body. And the last tip I will give you is to create a sleep sanctuary. In the West, we do not respect darkness. Everything is about lights and lights and lights and lights. And so respecting darkness means to respect your sleep, respect your rest. Sometimes the most important thing, most productive thing you can do is actually to rest. So respect the space where you rest. Create a solid sleep wind down ritual. Remove the blue light 2 hours before you go to sleep. Create the space in which you sleep to be decluttered. Allow the space to be a bit cooler, and make sure there's no screens in the bedroom. You don't want to expose yourself to social media or anything before you go to sleep because it impacts your sleep. Try to create a wind down ritual in which you are reading in bed, in which your bedroom is a sanctuary for sleep. You removing the screens. Let's say you work from home and let's say your work setup is in your bedroom. What I suggest my clients do is to actually have a beautiful piece of cloth, and you're going to throw that cloth over your laptop or over your computer or over your workspace, so that while you're resting and while you're in bed, you're not visually seeing work. And you're sending signals to your brain, hey, it's time to sleep, it's time to rest, it's time to shut things off, it's time to close the tabs, and it's time for me to sleep. Respect your rest. Create a sleep sanctuary. Create a solid routine that you can do that makes you excited to go to bed. Maybe it's putting on some essential oils such as lavender, getting some really beautiful pajamas, really beautiful night sets. Maybe it's getting a salt lamp so you have this nice lighting that is really signaling to your brain, is signaling to your body, it's time for me to sleep, it's time for me to rest, it's time for me to wind down, turn everything off, and just rest because I deserve it. So take a deep breath. If you've made it this far in the video, take a deep breath. You do not have to incorporate all of these things at once. Maybe it's just one or two things that you're like, I can do that. And you get excited about it and you implement it, because that is how we create change in our life. It's from learning, then implementing. Learning, then implementing. So pick one or two things that you're excited about and implement them throughout the next week. Let me know how it goes in the comments. I will be waiting to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love.